Hey, so I'm Zadi Diaz and I am the co-founder of Epic Food. It's a show online about web culture and it's a weekly show. It's about 5 minutes long each and we've been doing it now for about 4 years. 2006, June of 2006 was our first show. It's been an amazing ride. We started and we really didn't have any audience. We just started and we thought, hey, you know what? We are creative people. This is an amazing opportunity online to be able to pick up a camera and just do something that you love, right? So we picked up a camera and we started outlining what a show would look like in our head, right? So we started kind of outlining it, mapping it out, developing a script, just putting anything in there that we thought would be amazing. And we did this for 9 months. Literally, we were working a full-time job, did this after we finished work, literally stayed up all night and, we stayed up all night and would go to sleep at 4 in the morning and then wake up and do it all over again. So for 9 months, this was the schedule, which was intense. So you can imagine after those 9 months, we were just kind of like, this has to work. So while those 9 months were going on, we were able to develop an audience. Really, I think what happened online is that people saw that we really cared about the work we were creating. It was really collaborative. We were asking people questions within the show. We were saying, hey, this is what we like online. What are you guys looking at? What are you guys doing? Send us your comments, send us suggestions, send us links, send us a video. Really making sure that people were integrated into the show and then they felt that they had their hands in it. Because when you feel like you are part of something, you care about it a lot more. And we wanted that to be the theme of the show, something people care about, not just person talking to the camera and that's it, right? So we were able to grow our audience like that, and our audience grew exponentially. I mean, by the time our 9th mark came, we were up to about 10,000 views per show, which is amazing for independent producers who had not done this before, you know? And so we thought, well, you know what? Now we need a partner. We need somebody so that our audience is grown at this point. I think that we can probably start maybe making a living at this. I don't know, maybe we can. And so we started looking at other independent studios that were really focusing on the business side of it, on the marketing side, so that we can concentrate on the creative side. So at that point we were thinking, what do we love doing? Let's focus on that a lot more rather than wearing all the hats, and what can we kind of partner off and hands over to somebody else that we trust. And we found this company that was based out of New York, startup, and they said, yeah, we will partner with you. We have the resources. At this time they were just a startup. We will pay for each episode, and there all of a sudden we had a way to kind of make an income. Supplementary, we were able to start leaving our full-time jobs and really just focusing on this, right? And so our audience they were able to appreciate that a lot more because all of a sudden we were more invested. And I have to say that they are one of the most passionate audiences, really not just passionate about the show, but passionate in themselves. The conversations that we have on our own community are about life, about love, about arts, about culture, what life means, all these really deep questions. And those are the type of people that I love to hang out with. That's who I love to be friends with. And that's to have that as your audience. I even hate to say the word audience because it's really community. Audience kind of connotates this you, me, and we're separate, where community is more kind of, you know, collaborative. And so once we had that partnership, we were able to grow, and once we were able to grow, we were able to kind of grow our team and get an editor and get somebody who, you know, was focused on blogging. And so we were able to kind of grow an internal team that we kept this team small, but they were, you know, circling around, and we can use them as needed. So it's just been an amazing ride, and I think that, you know, the key to good video is always, especially online, it's really about that intimacy, to remember that it's about something different. What can you give the viewer? What can you give your community that's different from TV, that's different from film, you know? How can you be more intimate? How can you communicate the things that are really special to you? How can you make it more interactive? How can you play around with the tools? All that stuff, really thinking outside of the box and playing, being free to play online. That's what's so special about the web right now, that there are no rules. So you can do it however you want, and you can fail. I think one of the key things that I've learned this week here at the Summit for TN 2020 is about being okay about failing. And really, I've realized that we don't really have any places to fail anymore. Everything is about winning lately. You cannot expose your failures because all of a sudden that jeopardizes partnerships, that jeopardizes business prospects. But really, failure is what makes you successful. Failure is what makes you learn. If you're not failing, you're not doing it right. If you're not failing, you don't know what's best. So the internet let us fail for 9 months. It let us do things wrong. It let us think how to do things differently. It let our community say, you know, I don't really like that, but that what you did over there was awesome. So that, being able to fail was such an important lesson. And I think going forward in video and what's happening, especially in Los Angeles, but I see it happening in other places, is really thinking about, you know, we were talking a lot about social media here, but really thinking about what that means and using it wisely, using it for more than just spreading information like, hey, here's a link to my show, watch it, you know? How can you, sirens, how can you communicate with the people that are watching your show on a different level? How can you engage them? Are there places you can meet up and maybe have events that kind of spawn other projects, other people's projects? You know, share with people that are watching. I'm sure that they're creative as well. What are they doing that is amazing, and lift them up as well? And you can do that online. And the sirens say so. And that's another lesson about video in general, online media. I think that's a valuable lesson about sirens. Just go along for the ride, you know, you never know what's coming up, and just play with it, you know, and it's just, you know, everything that you experience is good and it's valuable and you will learn from it, and most of all have fun with it.
Okay.